My genuine, honest fear about the state of mass surveillance in this country is the sheer speed of this rollout. If you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know that I love YouTube. And some days my packaging reads that they won, and other days my video packaging screams that we won. That's the visual packaging that drives the audience velocity. It's how you get millions of people to click on a complex technology threat that they might otherwise ignore. Now, behind the hyperbolic headlines and these studio lights, I'm going to be very direct with you about what actually deeply concerns me about mass surveillance, how fast it's going, and where it's going. Mass surveillance, it was not voted on by the general public. It did not go through a lengthy ballot initiative or an open congressional debate. It was installed quietly in the middle of the night, town by town, city council by city council. What started just a couple of years ago as a few tens of thousands of automated license plate readers has exploded into a nationwide web of hundreds of thousands of interconnected networked cameras. Now, being real, I am absolutely terrified that over the next 2 years, we are going to witness the largest, most aggressive deployment of interconnected mass surveillance cameras that the world has ever seen. We are not just talking about a few more units at major intersections. We are looking at a trajectory that could easily push 20, 50, or even 90 million camera nodes across American roads, neighborhood entrances, and public spaces. The real crisis is that technology is moving at an exponential rate while our legislative bodies move like glaciers. By the time local sheriffs, mayors, state representatives, or even federal courts finally wake up to the full reality of a total domestic surveillance grid, the infrastructure will already be fully built out. Too big to stop. Once that threshold is crossed, you simply can't turn it off. At that scale, the momentum of the industry, it becomes self-sustaining. Billions of dollars in venture capital will be locked into private surveillance firms. Massive data centers will be built to process this constant video, creating a permanent economic incentive to keep the cameras rolling. Local police departments will become so completely addicted to instant automated data sweeps that taking the system down will feel like going cold turkey. The drug will be too powerful to quit. The network will be too big, too expensive, and too deeply entrenched to dismantle. Now that is the true nightmare scenario. It isn't just that the technology exists, it's that it will integrate into the physical fabric of our daily life so fast that we lose the ability to reverse it. Now, I make this content to sound that alarm and to push these breakdowns because the only window we have to stop a runaway dragnet is before the last camera is bolted to that pole. Once the network is fully closed, asking for our privacy back will be an uphill battle that we might never win. What can you do? I get that question a lot. And my answer is to go tell people, to go share this content and other content that you think tells a good story that will reach the people that are around you, the people that you know. I have this terrible feeling. We watch people going to city councils and town hall meetings, and they go up and stand at the podium and they tell these committee members and these officials that they don't want mass surveillance. And then they just vote anyway. And it's because those officials don't fear losing their job. They don't fear losing their money. They don't fear losing that power or that position. Because 20, 30, 50, or 100 people, to them, it doesn't matter. What makes the difference is when everybody knows and everybody is against it. When it's not 50s and 100s and 200s or 1,000 people, when it's hundreds of thousands, when it's millions of people, when the tide changes in the direction of energy across the entire country, where everybody stands up and says, no, we're done. We are not sheep. We are not a flock of sheep. We are not a crop to be harvested. You're not going to store everything that we do and everywhere that we go in a database that you can just search to find crimes. That's not what America is. It's not what we stand for. How we make that difference is by sharing content, getting the word out, getting people to watch this video and the other videos in my playlist or others. But that's how we make a difference. We've got to get the word out. I have a personal story there, a connection. Last night I ended up talking to a longtime family friend, and I brought up Flock, and I was shocked. He knew nothing about it. Never heard the brand, didn't even know what they were doing. It never popped up as a YouTube video, never popped up as a headline. No one in his circle had shared anything about Flock. And that told me that we're not done. We have got to make more content, and you have got to help. You've got to share the content. You've got to help get that word out. Imagine if every one of you that's watching this shared this with 5 or 10 people that you knew. Content like mine, just mine, has reached 5, 6, 7 million people on social media. Each one of you share that, and we reach a lot more, and we can change this tide. Because if we don't do it now, like I said earlier, it's too big to stop. If you have the time, I seriously invite you to go watch my YouTube playlist on the war on privacy. It goes into deep coverage on mass surveillance and these Flock cameras, where we're at and where we're going and how we can stop it. Also, go share it. We got to get the word out there. We need to reach millions of more people. Thank you.